Change. What an interesting concept. Us as humans, we don't like to accept the fact that change is inevitable. It's literally a part of life. Everything changes from one second to the next. Nothing stays the same. Yet us humans are so obsessed with trying to remain the same despite the passing of time. And it's not something we consciously think about every day. You don't see the person who acts the same way they did in high school, even though they're 25. And you don't see them and think that they're consciously making that choice. Some people just, I don't know if it's the cultures they grow up in or how society has made them to be the way they are, but some people just naturally avoid change and stay the same way for a majority of their lives. I felt recently I was at a crossroads of that kind of intersection for myself in my life where I felt like if I kept continuing down the path I was down, I would end up being the same person for the next 20 years. And now I feel like I've made a pivotal decision like in a video game, I hit a crossroads and now my whole story is going to be different because I chose to take a step out and try something different, something that's change. Not a lot of people support it in my life because, it's outside the normal. As humans don't like to step outside of what's comfortable. But I'm not really making decisions now based off comfort. I'm tired of making decisions based off comfort. Comfort has only gotten me so far. And it always does get you somewhere, but it's not where you want to be. It's not where I wanted to be. So I'm trying to take more actions despite change being a factor. Like I need to stop taking change as a negative factor in the equation. It's just a factor. It's not negative or positive. It's just a thing. Somebody who has changed over the past 5 years, no one would say that's a good or bad thing that they've changed. And someone who's stayed the same over the past 4 or 5 years, you wouldn't say that's a good or bad thing. It's neither good or evil. And I think a lot of people think it's one or the other. Now, obviously, don't misconstrue that. There's obviously people that change and that is a good or bad way. But I'm talking more generally about the whole attitude and demeanor that our society has towards change and towards people changing. Social media makes it seem like you're kind of weird for changing up. There's always that meme about, you're changing up on your day ones. But I don't think anybody would in their right mind want to be acting the same way they did 10 years ago with people they knew 10 years ago. We're going to evolve. We're humans. We got to gain some character development, and grow with the times. I don't think people understand how easy it is to reinvent yourself if you just give it some solid effort and put yourself into new situations where people don't really know you. If you just go to somewhere new and just think about it. These people have never met you in your life. You could act however you want, and that's what their baseline of what they think you are like is going to be. So stop thinking everyone already has a preconceived notation of you because they don't. You could literally reinvent yourself at each new meeting of a person. It's that simple, dog. And that's the kind of mentality that I just had not understood for many years, and I wish I had known it earlier because you just get so caught up in what people think of you. Man, it's so fucking crippling. It's so annoying. Trust me, I understand what it's like. I hate it more than anything. And I'm still not free from it. I still care about what people think of me from time to time. It's impossible to get away from that entirely, especially when it's something like your family. I feel like that's a little bit different and one of the hardest parts to get over. But once you start living for yourself and you start changing in ways that you want to change, not for anyone else, but just for yourself, just to pursue something that you are passionate about, just to pursue what you want in this life, and not what anyone else wants, nobody's got nothing on you. You don't have to worry about what they think. And as hard as that is for you to comprehend right now, I think it's something that a lot of people need to digest. Because the old version of myself was happy with doing what everyone else thought was good for him. I would just sit there and do everything like a good boy who was told what to do. I would just go through life expecting to receive instructions and just act based on those. I would never question anything. I would never take initiative, find out what I want from my life, and then just expect what's been given to me to be what I want. And it's not. It's not going to leave you happy. It's not going to leave you fulfilled because you're not the one who set that goal. You're the one who's just recycling stuff, recycling content, doing what people have told you. You're not actually deciding what your goals in life are. You're just living life from the passenger seat while someone else drives. You need to take over your life. You need to be driving the car. You need to be knowing where you're going and why you're going there. And it takes a lot to go outside of your comfort zone. It takes a lot to leave everything you've ever known, all the comfort you've ever known. Leaving comfort is so hard, and people don't really talk about that. Going outside of your comfort zone is fucking hard, bro. It's hard until you realize that outside of that comfort zone, outside of that initial pain of leaving your comfort zone, is a version of yourself who's more confident, who's more capable than you ever even knew, because you always thought you were subject to these small limitations in this small mind ecosystem that you were living in, where everyone is limited to what everyone else thinks they can do. You know, if you go outside that, you realize the only thing that's holding you back is yourself, as long as you don't care what other people think, and that you're a lot more capable than you give yourself credit for if you're given the right circumstances and the right incentives to find what you really want. It's just, most of the time your environment's holding you back. It's kind of like the saying that if someone tells themselves they are a certain way, they will become that way. If you start subconsciously thinking, I am a person who's capable, I'm a person who overcomes change no matter the circumstance, that's not something that's easily built up. But once it is built up, it changes how you walk, it changes how you talk, it changes your whole demeanor. You become more sure of yourself, and even though you're in uncertain situations. And then there's also the fact that at the end of the day, life is too damn short to be caring what other people think and to be living a lie of something you don't even really enjoy. Because there is no past, there is no future. There's only the moment we're living right now. Because in 1 second, it's going to be the past. And in 2 seconds, that's just the future. So all we have is right now. And I just think that life's way too short. It's just a blip in the universe of everything. So if it doesn't matter anyway, you might as well be doing what the fuck you love, or at least getting towards your goals in some meaningful way, rather than just wasting your life away doing something that you're not even that passionate or enjoying. And it's for some reason that was given to you by somebody else, not that you made up yourself.